Well, ready for his third season with the Yankees. Behind in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
You know, if I was Mark this year, Aaron, I think I would take my calendar and just tear the month of April out.
Facebook page to share some of your comments this morning.
All right, time is 6 minutes after the hour, and we got a lot of rain yesterday and last night, and it's still a little bit coming down outside this morning right now.
I think I might have helped with the rain, Eric, because I washed my car yesterday.
There you go.
So you know that happens, right? When you wash your car, it rains.
Kim, why didn't you do it a few weeks ago is my question for you.
If I'd have known I had that much power, I would have.
Got to do something, but yeah, whatever you've done, Kim, it seems to have worked because the First Alert Digital Doppler is very active this morning. Already in New Hanover County this morning, you can see some heavier showers. You got another cluster of storms, it looks like, around the Bald Head Island area. But I got to tell you,
though, getting everybody ready for the Christmas forecast and the possibility that we might see some snow. And my request.
like it matters.
Aw.
Well, like it's going to affect anything.
Well, that's true. But just to see it coming down is so pretty. That would be nice.
It is probably going to come down. I think we are going to see some snow here in Wilmington, but I think here in Wilmington we may have to wait till Sunday before we see our snow. It looks like maybe tomorrow night, though, maybe around Fayetteville, Clinton, maybe even as close as Wallace, you might have a shot late tomorrow night of seeing some of that snow the way things are timing out right now. But here's your Christmas day forecast for Wilmington, and it does not include snow. It does include a high of 52 degrees, mostly cloudy skies. We're going to see clouds increase throughout the day as that storm system draws closer and begins to develop into a coastal low. But right now, just some rain showers during the afternoon hours. Probably even for most of Saturday night here in Wilmington, it will be rain showers, but probably starting around Fayetteville and then working its way towards the coast tomorrow night. We will start to see some of that rain change over to snow as some cold Arctic air wraps into the system. And there could be some light accumulations on Sunday. We'll have the complete First Alert forecast coming up in a few moments.
As long as it's pretty to look at and doesn't cause any problems, I think everybody will like it.
That's our hope.
Thanks a lot, Eric. Your news begins this.
Here's the setup. You got a big polar vortex right now across the eastern part of Canada. What that is doing is literally opening the door for polar air, and guess what? That polar air is moving right into southeastern North Carolina and across much of the eastern United States. Temperatures running well below where they should be for this time of the year. As a matter of fact, our highs today about 20 degrees shy of normal. Let's take a look at Precision Cast and see if there's any hope for any.
The Strawberry Festival begins today in Chadbourne in Columbus County. Let's check back in with Eric Davis. He is live out there this morning for our weather on the 6s. Eric?
Yeah, Kev, I know we've had a lot of questions about some of the specific things going on at the Strawberry Festival, and I've got just the person to help answer those questions. And that person, Deb Wilson, who's the president of the Strawberry Festival. She's going to tell us all about the events going on this weekend. Now, of course, we all know about strawberries, Strawberry Festival, hot air balloons going on behind us, but there's a lot more to the Strawberry Festival. Why don't you tell us about some of the other big events going on this weekend?
Right. Well, starting in the morning, we're registering for the antique car show and the bike show, and then we have an excellent lineup of entertainment that will start at 9:30 in the morning and run all the way through 9:30 at night. And of course, the Strawberry Festival Parade that starts at 2 o'clock. There's just really a lot of something for everybody. We'll have, I understand we're going to have lawnmower races, you know, lots of things for the kids to do, some pony rides, and the weather's going to be great. So everybody just come on out and enjoy it. We'd love to see you. And Eric, we got you all some fresh strawberries right here in Chadbourne.
Fresh strawberries, gotta love that. Especially gotta love the fresh fruit, the local fruit too, with all those high prices at the grocery store. One other question here: how many balloons are we going to have out here this weekend?
I think we have about 26, and there are excursion rides available. Those are by appointment, of course, and then they'll be offering tethered rides, the weather permitting. Of course, yeah.
That means pressure on me. I think that's the translation. I think for the most part we're going to be able to deliver, Deborah. Let's go ahead and take a look at our forecast for today, and it really is a
winter storm like this. Usually it's roadways, power lines, tree branches, but here in Chadbourne they have a little bit of a different issue. They're going to be watching this throughout the morning, as are we. That's why we decided to come here to keep an eye on both the buildings, the roadway conditions, and the ever falling snow. Be out here all morning long live to bring you the latest from Chadbourne. I'm Colin Hackman. Let's go ahead and send it back inside to you all.
All right, it is time for the First Alert forecast now, a little bit after 6 past the hour, and First Alert Digital Doppler looks a lot more impressive than it really is, but we do have now snow falling in a lot of places across southeastern North Carolina. A lot of it's still on the light side. We've been talking about this very dry air mass that's still in place across the area, and that's the reason why a lot of the snow that's falling not reaching the ground, at least as of yet, but some flurries and certainly some light snow is starting to reach the ground, and we are starting to get some accumulation reports, as Colin mentioned, back around Columbus County, and I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to get even more accumulation accumulation around Bladen County, where winter storm warnings are in effect, particularly back towards I-95, and even around Sampson, Duplin, and Onslow County. Better chance that the snow is reaching the ground, but even around Murrayville, some reports of at least a little bit of some flurries now starting to reach the ground. But there's plenty of precipitation back towards the west. Don't worry, we're not going to run out of precipitation today. That is certainly not going to be an issue. But what is going to happen throughout the day, a lot of times when we're talking about precipitation type, we're looking at a column of air in the vertical levels of the atmosphere. Right now, that entire column is below freezing, but as we progress through the day, we're going to start to see warmer air begin to overrun this column, and some of the snow is going to start to change over to freezing rain and sleet. Still very cold at the surface, so icy conditions are possible. So starting off with snow, then changing to freezing rain and sleet, and then later on this afternoon, closer to the coastline, we'll start to see a change over to rain. So a very complicated forecast, but the bottom line is the further away from the coast you are, the more ice, the more snow you're going to see. The closer you are to the coast, you're not going to see quite as much in the way of ice and snow, but certainly even here, some accumulation is probably going to be a very good bet. This is the snowfall forecast. Obviously, what's going on right now and through much of the morning, that's where most of our snow is going to fall. And we indeed are going to see some impressive totals, 3-inch plus totals around Fayetteville, maybe portions of Bladen County. But as you can see, as you get closer to the coastline in Wilmington, we may be looking at totals closer to an inch, maybe even less than an inch, right along the immediate coastline. And then, depending on exactly where you are between Fayetteville and Wilmington, that's where your snowfall totals will probably fall. Now, our precision cast forecast model, remember, the purples here and the whites indicating snow, the pinks indicating that mixed bag of precipitation, the freezing rain and sleet, and then the green, of course, is the all rain scenario. As we head towards noontime, you notice most of the area in the pink, we start to see the snows begin to retreat. So freezing rain and sleet for most of us here as we head towards noontime, and that's going to hold on for much of the afternoon, particularly in our inland counties where we're going to see more accumulation of ice. But note some green starting to show up near the coast. That's when the change over to rain will likely occur in Wilmington. So probably by tonight, it's all rain here in Wilmington, but inland counties, we may hold on to some of the freezing rain and sleet for a while longer as temperatures will hover very close to the freezing mark. Very tricky forecast as the area of low pressure will be just off our coast by tomorrow morning and then beginning to slide away. And at that point, we should start to see things quiet down. It is 32 right now here at the station. We may get down to the 20s before all is said and done as the snow continues to fall at 8 o'clock. Mixed bag of freezing rain and sleet as we head towards noontime. And then here in Wilmington, we change over to all rain by about 4 o'clock. But inland counties, that process will be much, much slower. You'll have a much longer period of frozen precipitation. First alert planning forecast, 42 for tomorrow. Some rain early in the day and then bitterly cold Wednesday through Friday. Look at the highs falling into the 30s by Friday, lows in the teens. And then finally by the weekend, a little bit of a recovery. 48 mostly sunny on Saturday. And boy, doesn't that 55 look good on Sunday. Bob and Kim.
It really does.
It sure does. Well, Elizabethtown also makes
Wednesday morning. We've got some chilly temperatures this morning, but another nice stretch when you look at those highs, maybe heading towards spring. So
that's right.
Been feeling like.
For so long it was cold. Now it looks like the next 7 days is going to be pretty nice around here, Eric.
Yeah, it seems like the first 2/3 of the winter has been brutal, but we're certainly getting a break right now, and we're going to continue to see a break in the very cold temperatures for the foreseeable future. No signs of any cold Arctic air coming anywhere near us, at least in the near future. First alert digital Doppler quiet. We've put the satellite loop in just to show you that we have seen an increase in high and mid-level clouds overnight, but don't worry, these are not the kind of clouds that are going to produce any kind of precipitation. All this is going to do is give us maybe some filtered sunshine instead of the full sunshine that we've been seeing the last couple of days. And we're really hard-pressed to find much going on across either the eastern or central parts of the United States. You can see a few snow showers this morning along the Great Lakes, but most of the weather action, I guess you could say, is in the western part of the United States, where we actually do have a trough right now. You can see some pretty heavy rains right now and mountain snows across California. That'll be stretching up into Oregon and Washington for much of the day. But across the eastern United States, we have a ridge beginning to build right now along the Great Lakes, and that's going to start to bring milder air into the area, and even warmer air is beginning to build back here along the Gulf Coast, particularly across parts of Texas and Louisiana. That's going to start to move in here as we head towards Friday, and by Friday, we could be talking about temperatures well into the 70s. I wouldn't be surprised if some of us actually see some highs up around 75 or 76 degrees potentially on Friday. And obviously not a lot of cold air across the country. This is what our hour-by-hour forecast shows, what it feels like. Still kind of cold in Boston, around 29 by 3 o'clock this afternoon, but the coldest weather is clearly going to be in the western part of the United States, where you have that trough developing. So some cold air maybe across Montana, Idaho, maybe stretching into the Rockies here later today. But by tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock, you're hard-pressed to find any cold air at all across either the eastern part of the country or the central part of the country. Even in Boston, wind chills will be in the 40s, which is not that bad for this time of the year. And look at this, temperatures in the 70s probably in Texas and along parts of the Gulf Coast, and that's the kind of air mass we think that's going to begin to move in here as we head towards Friday afternoon. Hour by hour forecast, we've got high pressure in control of our weather that will start to slide offshore later on this afternoon, so milder air ushered back into the area. 60 for the high today, but it should be even warmer by tomorrow. Tomorrow morning when you wake up, not quite as cold. There'll be some patchy fog around, but mild temperatures certainly as we head towards tomorrow afternoon, and we're going to see things warm up even more as we head towards Friday as an area of high pressure begins to build across Florida. Milder air surging into the northeast and downright warm conditions moving into southeastern North Carolina as we head towards Friday. Temperatures this morning are a little bit chilly, so you do want to grab a coat as you head out the door. Make sure the kids have a coat. 33 in Wilmington, 36 in Whiteville, 30 degrees in Fayetteville. But as I said, I think later on today we will get those temperatures into the 60-degree range. And actually, temperatures in some cases are a little bit warmer off to the west than what they are right here in southeastern North Carolina. So for today, lots of sunshine, your high 60 degrees, but we will have those high clouds around 64 Lumberton, around 60 degrees down on the Grand Strand, southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, we'll drop down to a low of 41 degrees. Patchy fog develops late tonight. A couple of upper 30s maybe in some of our northern counties. Along the coast today, winds are going to mostly be out of the east-southeast at 10 to 15 knots. Seas at 2 to 4 feet. So the water temperature is still rather chilly at 48. And the first alert planning forecast, 67 for tomorrow. So today will be the coolest day. 73 on Friday. And I wouldn't be surprised if some of our inland counties are up around 75 or 76 on Friday afternoon. It does cool down a little bit for the weekend, but we're still talking highs in the upper 60s on Saturday, lower 60s on Sunday before we move right back into the 70s early next week. So some nice weather for the 31st North Carolina Jazz Festival, nice weather for the Polar Plunge, although those water temperatures will still be quite cold down at Carolina Beach. So that Polar Plunge, of course, to benefit the Special Olympics. Bob and Kim.
All right, Eric, thanks very much. Right now, we're about 8 minutes after the hour. Grocery.
Be impossible to keep a record of how many donuts are sold. And so on Facebook this morning, we're talking about Brits Donuts and asking if you will miss that over the winter season. Just log on to the WECT Facebook page to share some of your comments this morning.
All right, time is 6 minutes after the hour, and we got a lot of rain yesterday and last night. It's still a little bit coming down outside this morning right now.
I think I might have helped with the rain, Eric, because I washed my car yesterday.
There you go.
So you know that happens, right? When you wash your car, it rains.
Kim, why didn't you do it a few weeks ago is my question for you.
If I'd have known I had that much power, I would have.
Got to do something. But yeah, whatever you've done, Kim, it seems to have worked because the First Alert Digital Doppler is very active this morning. Already in New Hanover County this morning, you can see some heavier showers. You got another cluster of storms, it looks like, around the Bald Head Island area. But I got showers and thunderstorms moving across the area. It certainly won't rain every moment, but you want to keep the umbrellas handy. Now, as we tilt the First Alert Digital Doppler to 3D, you can see that thunderstorm a little bit intense right now, moving into southern New Hanover County. A couple of other storms kind of standing out on the 3D radar. A couple more back in Robeson County. Let's go ahead and hit the highlights here, show you where some of the heavier rains are occurring. You can see there's also quite a bit of rain back into South Carolina. It looks like this big cluster of storms right here moving into the area. So again, we're going to be talking about some very impressive rainfall totals throughout the day, and that's on top of the 1, 2, and 3 inch rainfall totals we saw across the area yesterday and into last night. Now, right now, the heaviest rains around the Myrtle Beach area. It's mostly moderate rainfall, a little bit heavier as you get southward down towards Bald Head Island. A little bit of moderate rainfall also around the Jacksonville area, but in general, the activity a little bit lighter and a little more scattered as you get into Pender County. Elizabethtown, just a few light showers around the area, but some heavier rain showing up around the Clinton area. And then back towards the west, Robeson County continuing to see the heaviest rains, especially as you head to the west of I-95. We're not seeing very many thunderstorms at this hour, but there certainly is some impressive rainfall. Now, this is a look at what we call rainfall estimates over the last 12 hours, courtesy of what we call First Alert True Viewers. And you can see here in Wilmington, we've generally seen less than an inch of rain, but some more impressive totals as you get up towards the Burgaw area. Almost 2 inches of rain falling. Bolton, about an inch of rain. Holden Beach, about an inch of rain. But the total's a bit higher as you get back towards the west. You can see over almost 2.5 inches of rain, especially as you head west of I-95 around Lumberton. Tabor City, about 2 1/4 inch of rain, and Whiteville coming.
Well, ready for his third season with the Yankees. Behind in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
You know, if I was Mark this year, Aaron, I think I would take my calendar and just tear the month of April out.